was a joke that I saw floating around on Twitter, or I guess X now. But essentially, it was saying like, "Hey, want to play Destiny 2 with me?" And then it was just a guy spending like a $500 on like all the expansions that Destiny 2 has that comes with it. And it was like so much, and it like took so long to download. I played a lot of D1, Destiny 1 for those of you who don't know, and I was like, okay, this game is fun and interesting. But I kind of got into it like Rise of Iron was already out and established, and people were done with the first day raids and were like trying to find a way to like do the raids as fast as possible, whatever, whatever. And then okay, so like I had everything in it. I paid like $120 for like the original, or for a disc copy for the PlayStation 4. It had every single expansion to think of up to Rise of Iron, and even after that, it was like pretty cool. I thought that to myself, oh well, this game is like this is how it was when the game first came out. This wasn't something that was like, oh, it was added later, even though it most definitely was. But that's neither here nor there. I got that game probably about 2 years before Destiny 2 came out, and I did buy Destiny 1, I mean, that Destiny 2, and I was really shocked to find out that this shit releases with absolutely zero content. It's actually so bad that now, if you want to buy the game, it's for free on Steam at the very least, but there is $414 worth of expansions that you can pay for. And then boom, you now have the full experience, the full fun time in your game, even though you already spent about like what, $70 for it. It's ridiculous, it's disgusting, and honestly, the business practice of people doing this is just terrible. It's very anti-consumer. I think I'm using that word right because it's really just fucking over the person that's buying it because you're not really giving them anything. They have to wait and play the game. Like I remember playing it. I only play Hunter specific. I have no wants to like go and play like a Titan or a Warlock. That's just not interesting to me. So after I did damn near everything in the game, I didn't have a party big enough to raid. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna not do that. After that, the game was just over for me at that point. I decided not to buy anything. It was kind of pointless to buy anything because, well, majority of that shit should have been out when the game first released. One of the aspects I like so much about Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 is the fact that you have the little ghosts that follow you around, and they really become not only a companion, but like a whole character in their own right that like you're with, and you can customize them, and that's pretty cool. You make them look cute, you make them look terrifying, and you make them look like whatever you want that's in the game, of course. That like fits the way how you look. It's cool and interesting, and I really like that part. However, I came across this little thing here. It says, "Oh, you can actually pay for more cosmetics," and I was thinking to myself, for $6, what on earth can you get that has more value than $6? You can get a fucking verification for 8 months for about a month with that money, I think, or maybe it's $8. You can make a reply on a tweet and then or X tweet, whatever the fuck that is. I don't know. He never really explained it. Elon didn't, so that's kind of weird. Well, you can make a reply and you have that verification, so therefore you now sit with everybody who wants to make everything political. Congratulations, you can do that instead of buying a ghost. On Steam, you can just go on Steam and buy some of these games on here that's like dirt cheap, especially when they have sales going on. And like, there's a summer sale happening right now, actually. So you can get at least a full 16-hour experience game because some of these games are old, of course. So you get a full 16-hour experience on some of these games as opposed to having a design of a ghost in Destiny 2. You get what I mean? This doesn't make any sense. You can get the entire Arkham Knight trilogy. You can get Portal 1 and Portal 2, Half Life and Half Life 2 because they're all 99 cents right now. The games that I've never played that I actually might get, probably not Portal. I think that game, I've seen people play that game. That game is probably more fun with friends. I don't have any of them who play Portal though, so. I mean, I kind of sort of get it when it comes to games like Valorant and like CSGO because those games are all free. So, and even Fortnite, even Overwatch, because like I get it, those games are all free. But then again, people paid to have Destiny 2. Nobody's paid to have Overwatch. Nobody's paid to have Valorant. Nobody's paid to have CS:GO. I think I never played CS:GO. I'm assuming that is also free. The idea of dropping even probably even $120 on it kind of makes sense. You would probably think that okay, I'll do that because I would do that anyways for a game that I'm already paying $60 for. So instead of me dropping 120 on a game that I already spent 60 for, I'm only spending 120, which is something that a few people want to do because they like cosmetics. It makes sense. I do it. I do it a lot actually. I should really stop. But it's fun. And you get really cool, funny, interesting characters, or the characters that are already cool, interesting, and funny. You get like a completely different look for them. That's fun. Spending money is fun to some extent, but to where you're spending $500 for shit that should already be in the base game, that is when it gets crazy. Holding on and having this game released a lot later would have most likely facilitated more fun for the people that actually play the game. Because when you think about it, the story of Destiny 2 just doesn't make any sense. Well, it did in the beginning when Kate Six died, and like of course, but before that, the light was taken away, so you have to get to the light, and then like now, all the Guardians can have light again. That's cool. But then after that, they have Kate Six that they introduce a new power system. I forget what it's called. You have Solar, Arc, Void, and now you have Frost or Cryo or whatever it's called. That's interesting. And then after that, Lightfall offers nothing, and for some reason they're bringing Kate Six back. You got a lot of people constantly complaining and talking about how the game isn't fun anymore. Yet I think the main thing that they're focusing on is the fact that hey, you can actually buy levels now, as opposed to combining your armor pieces and then just going from there and actually having fun. Destiny has like kind of lost that in a sense. It's disgusting. And really, they need to do better. So now we have Bungie and Ubisoft, Activision and Blizzard failing as like actual companies that actually do anything good, fun, and or interesting. They can't for some reason stop sexually assaulting people. More specifically, Activision Blizzard and Ubisoft recently had some allegations levied against them. So that's actually really bad for the gaming industry.